You're listening to an African Elements top news story for July 2025. Please visit our website at africanelements.org for more daily news. The second Trump administration has significantly shifted the direction of federal agencies, notably the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. Employees at the EPA have expressed profound concerns, leading to a formal declaration of dissent against the administration's policies. This declaration reflects deep disagreements with Administrator Lee Zeldin's leadership and its implications for environmental protection and public health. Over 170 EPA employees, along with non-EPA scientists and Nobel laureates, have signed this declaration. Another 100 employees signed anonymously, highlighting potential professional repercussions for dissenters. This collective action signifies a serious internal challenge to the agency's direction, particularly regarding its core mission and the well-being of vulnerable communities. A declaration of dissent is a formal statement by employees expressing strong disagreement with current policies or actions. It serves as a collective voice of concern, highlighting perceived deviations from the agency's core mission and scientific integrity. For signatories, consequences can include administrative leave or other professional repercussions, though the act itself is protected speech. The EPA's declaration specifically targets Zeldin's leadership, accusing him of undermining public trust, ignoring scientific consensus, and reversing progress in vulnerable communities. The declaration asserts that Zeldin promotes a culture of fear, forcing staff to choose between their livelihood and professional integrity. This internal protest underscores concerns among career professionals about the agency's ability to protect human health and the environment. At the heart of the dissent is environmental justice, which seeks fair treatment and meaningful involvement of all people in environmental laws and policies. The EPA's Office of Environmental Justice, OEJ, was established to integrate these principles into the agency's operations. However, since January 2025, the EPA has placed most environmental justice staff on administrative leave, canceled billions in grant dollars, and removed a valuable mapping analysis tool. These actions are viewed by dissenters as failing to serve the American people and directly impacting the agency's capacity to address environmental inequities. Lee Zeldin, the current administrator of the EPA, emphasizes a return to the agency's core mission while promoting American energy independence. He has rolled back what he considers ideological priorities from the previous administration, particularly in diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, DEIA, and environmental justice. Zeldin's leadership has drawn criticism for promoting the fossil fuel industry and stripping support for cleaner energy initiatives, undermining the EPA's scientific credibility. He defends the cancellation of environmental justice grants, asserting funds were not effectively spent on remediating environmental issues. This perspective frames the dismantling of environmental justice programs as a necessary correction rather than a detrimental cut. A stark example of the EPA's policy shift is Louisiana's Cancer Alley, known for high concentrations of petrochemical plants and elevated health issues in predominantly Black and low-income communities. Under the Biden administration, a lawsuit was initiated against Denka Performance Elastomer due to alleged cancer risks, but the Trump administration's Justice Department ended this case, viewing it as dismantling radical DEI programs. The decision to drop the lawsuit is seen as a reversal of efforts to hold major polluters accountable. The EPA's recent actions face significant legal challenges, including a complaint from public employees for environmental responsibility, PEER, seeking to reintegrate nearly 170 environmental justice staff members. Placing staff on administrative leave implies uncertainty about job security, as seen with Amelia Hertzberg, an environmental protection specialist on leave since February. Environmental advocacy groups in North Texas have also filed a lawsuit against the EPA over its refusal to disperse congressionally approved grants for air monitoring groups. The lawsuit alleges that the EPA's refusal violates separation of powers principles by effectively repealing a congressional enactment. Zeldin cites that the funds were not spent on remediating environmental issues but on ideological priorities. The rollback of environmental justice efforts and grant cancellations have severe consequences for vulnerable communities. Copyright African Elements.